Do you guys care about being on a vlog?
No.
Oh, hey!
Seeing behind people, because I know for my own show, I would never like do the kind of moves like Prince or Michael Jackson. Like that's just not what I was doing.
Why? You just wouldn't. It's not in your style.
It's not like the sound that I'm going for, like the aesthetic that I go for.
It's interesting how you can love something so much, but like that not come out when you try to create it. I think I'm gonna steal these glasses.
You say jackets up. You know that?
Listen, they look
Clothes,
amazing on me.
Sweaters,
Wouldn't you guys?
hair products, skincare things, sunglasses.
But then now you are responsible for my skin coming to life together and on its way
Because you
up.
jack my stuff?
Yeah. So you can have a say in that. So one day when I make it, I'll be like,
Oh, so one day when you make it, I'll be like, oh, that's me. It's nothing.
partially because of him. Thank you. Going to some of it, I still don't know what it is.
Dang. But doesn't mean like music and tacos, so.
Music, tacos, what else could you ask for?
I'm trying to go to Farmer Boys. Like, honestly. But I'll wait.
I'm really hungry.
Should I stop?
No.
Oh. You see how fast that was on the break?
That actually would have been really good to like grub on right now.
Why did you tell me?
Because I was thinking like you were joking.
U-turn.
Do you really want Farmer Boys?
Yes, I'm so hungry.
And then tacos?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say just do it now. Wait, no, but Hello everyone. I won't be talking for too long because it says I have 8% on my camera, and that is a-okay because I got food waiting for me. But you know, I really didn't pick up the camera this week either, and I'm a little disappointed in myself, but I've just been, I wasn't feeling that well this week. That's really what it was. I was really drained, and I think I just needed some time and space to recalibrate, and that's okay. The talk that I did went so well. I talked about my feelings on it a little bit in my last vlog, but I really am still on a high from it. I gained so much from the other speakers, and I gained so much confidence from doing it myself, and I'm just so thankful for that experience and that I got a chance to really just pour out what I feel like God has given to me and receive what I felt I was supposed to learn from what God had for me to learn that day. So it was an awesome experience, and I really do feel that I've been called in that direction to place more of my energy towards the public speaking aspect of this career, and I'm really excited to dive into that more and see where that takes me. And it just opened up a whole new realm that I really hadn't considered yet. I thought that that would come later, and it's so funny when you think like, oh yeah, that'll be long term, and then God is like, no, you're gonna do it now. And you're like, oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now then. Because you really don't have a choice when you're called in a direction, right? And we have to listen to that, and it's so important that we listen to that, because we can miss so many amazingly special, incredible opportunities if we get so caught up in our own ego, trying to justify why we're not ready. That is something that I, you know, I'm getting out of my own way, and I am allowing all that I've learned and all that I'm continuing to learn to speak for itself. And I realized when I got up there, like, oh, you can do this. And I know that's crazy, because you would think like, oh, to go into, you know, preparing for a workshop, you have to know off the bat, oh, I'm prepared for this, but you really don't feel that way, or at least I can speak for myself, I didn't. And so for me, it was a thing of, after it was done, I said, oh, I can do this. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm so thankful that that was my first opportunity to speak, because it was such a loving and warm environment. The women were amazing, and you just felt like family from the minute you stepped in the room. And that is a true reflection of the leadership that has gone into developing this this women's empowerment program. And I truly am so thankful to those women, to Kiona, and to Cleo, and to Susan, and everybody else that has poured into that aspect of that organization. It's really, really awesome, and the attendees are a true reflection of you guys, so thank you for that warm, inviting spirit that that you bring. It truly made me feel at home, and I'm so thankful that that was my first opportunity to do so. So I've been trying to figure out where to place my energy and where to pour into as far as building a client base, as far as speaking, and I think I'm just gonna let it lead me to where I need to be. And I'm going to, you know, obviously with putting the work in, that opportunity and those opportunities will come. And I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and you know, do the whole networking thing, and just stay prepared, so that when those opportunities do come, I'm ready to jump on them. And you know, just not letting nerves stop me. If I learned anything from this last experience, it's that be confident in what you know, and realize that you know so much more than you think you do, and realize that you're so much more prepared than you think you are. And I realize that within myself, sometimes within ourselves, we feel like, oh, I can't do this, but I realize that with the faith that I have, I can do anything. And I know that's something that we hear all the time, but it's not until you're really in a position to say, these people are depending on me to give them something. They came here, and you know, to hear what I have to say. And when you look in their eyes and you realize, wow, they're looking at you, they're looking at me for this information, you realize that it's so much bigger than you. What you have to say and the things that you've been through, like I talked about in my last vlog, are so much bigger than you. They're so much bigger than me. And you know, it's just a matter of realizing that, am I gonna let a situation or things that I've been through, or someone else or whomever, stop me from blessing someone else? You know, if it's bigger than me, if it's not about me, if I remove my ego from that and remove from getting the praise of, oh my God, you did so well, and you realize that it's about that person that's going through what you went through 5 years ago, and how what you went through is going to free them from what they're dealing with, or give them the answers that they're looking for, because God has placed them there at that specific time, at that specific moment, to hear exactly what you have to say, to hear your story, and to be inspired by it. And you know, I really hope that through this vlogging journey that I've been able to really come across in a transparent way, to really show and express what my goal of this was to just say, I was frustrated with the process of getting to somewhere, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted a place to vent, but also a place to be grateful, and a place to talk about small victories, a place to talk about setbacks, a place to talk about you know, just this gratitude journey, and the process of being in the process, and what that really means, and what that really looks like. You know, sometimes you're in a place where you're like, gosh, I am so much so in a place of just like maintaining, and that can be really tough and really frustrating. So I wanted to just share that in a transparent way, to say, we're all in the same position trying to get to that place where we want to get. And I was listening to one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Shannon Boodram, and she was talking about progress, and how there are different levels to progress, and how sometimes progress doesn't always look like immediate success. Sometimes we have this idea that if we just, you know, progressing means that we're having immediate success. But sometimes progress just looks like maintenance, and how important maintenance is to your success, and what that really means. She was talking about consistency and what that looks like, and staying dedicated to your work, and what it looks like when no one's watching, and what you have to do in order to be successful. So necessary for you to get to the next space. And I was talking about this with Lawrence, and it's one of those things where if you ever have driven by a structure that's being built, and you see how you know, that maintenance, the maintenance of the ground level, the maintenance of all the things, the little things that are going into it, and the next thing you know, you drive by a month later and you're like, oh my gosh, or however long it takes, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's already up. When did that happen? Someone has been working diligently day and through the night when no one was watching. When no one was watching, they remained consistent to their work, they remained dedicated to their work, and they said, well, you know what, we still have to put this floor in even if nobody's watching, because when people come in here to have their event or to do whatever they need to do, the floor can't drop out. And if we don't take the importance of painting the insides of the walls just as important as it is to lay this foundation, then the floor is going to fall out from under you. And that's what will literally happen in your life if you do not realize how important it is to maintain, and what that means and what that looks like. And so I just got so much motivation from that, to realize that, you know what, it's so important to stay dedicated to your work even when no one is watching, or even when you think no one is watching. I think that's what the real lesson is, because someone is always watching. Someone's always watching, always. And it's so important to know that that one person that's watching is the one person that you could be sent there to help and to save from whatever situation that they're in. And if I can just help one person, I've done my job, because that's what God sent me there to do. So just remember, I kind of talked about a lot in the last 9 minutes, so I don't know how long this has been, but just kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call it rambling, it's just kind of going through the process, right? So I hope that we all just continue to go through the process together, and continue to stay encouraged and motivated, and know that God has placed you here for a reason, and to not give up, and to continue to enjoy this portion of your process.